guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to our truck, welcome back to another video. Hello. So I'm back again with an awkward intro, but I'm honestly here to talk to you guys. I'm not sure how to move forward other than just continuing to move forward. And so what felt like the next logical step for me in terms of videos and what I wanted to do was kind of filling you guys in and giving you a little bit more of a life update and just, I don't know, connecting the dots of what's going on. First thing I want to talk about is why we moved to Idaho. Now, the top thing, as you guys probably guessed, is because of family. Now, we actually have family all across the US. We still have family in Nashville, Texas, California, and I wish we could be with all of them. I mean, right? That's the hard part about life. One of the many hard things about life is as people spread out, like just figuring out where you're gonna go, where you wanna be, what makes sense for your family. And for us, Idaho has made sense to us in our minds for like the last year since we started thinking about it. And I'm gonna be honest, one of the top reasons that we were initially interested in Idaho is because they actually have the second most friendly homeschool laws in all of the US. And for us, that's very important, and it spoke to, you know, our preferences and what the way that we think that the citizens of Idaho are voting and what's important to us. And, you know, that goes along with a lot of other things, but just being completely honest, that was one of the top things that stood out to me when we were looking at Idaho. Now, little did I know what a gem of a state that this was and is, because Holy Toledo, like I mentioned in the last video, Idaho is so beautiful, and to call it a little slice of heaven is not an understatement or a joke, because I can't believe it. Actually, it just popped into my head, this one thing I want to share at the top. So I've had a couple of moments in my life where they're like bliss moments, where you experience something and you're just like, this is like heaven. I keep saying that word, but two of those moments, they happened on trips. And they were water moments. Like one of them was on a group trip to Israel, jumping in the Mediterranean and swimming and just feeling like, how is this even real life? And one of them was when Dan's family took us on a trip to Hawaii a few years ago. And I actually have that video on the internet, and swimming in the back of the Airbnb in Oahu and looking around, it was just like, how is this even, like, I couldn't even believe it was real life. And I have had one of those moments here because the lakes in Idaho are so beautiful. Everything is just, I'm looking around at all of the mountains and the forests, and it's so beautiful up here, and it's been really life-giving to our souls just to be around this much beauty. And it's just different, dude. Nashville and the terrain in the South is beautiful. Also like a movie in its own way. It's beautiful. But this has been really cool for us in this chapter of our lives, to be in the mountains and to know that we're embarking on this new journey in the mountains. I actually started watching a YouTuber named, I think her channel's Isabel Page. I just refer to her as Isabel in my mind. And I've shown her in Day in My Life videos a few times before. And she actually lives in the mountains, and she's living a very different life than we're going to live, but she is one of my favorite like YouTube filmmakers, or at least she was. I haven't watched her in a while, but she still holds that spot in my mind. She's so talented, and she is one of the people that also helped get me excited for the beauty of the mountains. And being here is, yeah, it's just that, it's overwhelming how beautiful it is. A lot of people said that when we had Logan, we were probably going to want to be near my parents again. And having Logan and having that turn out to be our situation was, I don't even know the word, I was gonna say funny, but it's not funny, it just is what it is. It played out exactly how some people said it would. And so we're really happy to just be in such a beautiful area and be with my parents and watching them love on Logan. It's just, I already said all of that in the previous video, but it's really cool. Now, on that note, we are living with my parents right now. We're actually living in their basement. And it's funny because I saw on YouTube, I think Kal-El posted like a apartment tour, like parents basement edition, and I was like, haha, that's gonna be one of my videos soon. I feel so blessed, like I said in that video, to have such an amazing place to land, because they're in a beautiful neighborhood, and the home is so nice. The people who sold them the home, my parents keep talking about that, just left it in immaculate condition. And we've been living with them in their basement, and simultaneously, I was gonna say we've been helping them set up their garden. I said it like that because really it's Dan. I mean, I have been helping, especially in the gardening stuff. I have, but really Dan has been putting in a lot of work for my parents, doing construction, just fixing things, building things. He brings a different set of skills to our family because my dad is not like the engineer type person. So having Dan around to help him with that and help my parents with that has been really cool. Stop trying to get me wet. They're actually trying to get like a legit professional to come and help them make their garden better, because we don't know what we're doing. Yes, this is technically our 4th year doing a garden, but you got to remember, we started from zero, like no house plants, no knowledge of gardening or how any plants work. So for us, year 4, just consider us basically on only year 2, like cut it in half. We have no experience, but we did plant some things for them, and we have been out in the garden. And actually I'm being reminded right now as I'm saying that I need to go water the garden before we head out, because we don't have a like proper water system in place yet. They have a little bit of water kind of running through some pipes in the raspberry bushes, which that was so cool to see. How raspberries become raspberries was like such a trip to me. And honestly, in my moments of just feeling so sad and so dark and down, their garden and those raspberry bushes were like one of the things that was a shining light to me, and really just brought warmth to my soul. Getting to watch, you guys know how I already feel about this now that we're into gardening, getting to watch things grow and see the magic of God's creation unfold into something so different from what it started is just so life-giving to me and awe-inspiring to me. And I love berries, okay? And apparently I love raspberries, and apparently I love raspberries way more off a bush than from a store. And so the point of all of that is setting up their garden and watching the plants develop and grow has just been so cool. And watching Logan eat berries like straight from the bush has just been like a dream, honestly a dream come true. It felt similar to when we got the chickens in our last house. I know gardening and chickens are different, and we had a garden in our previous house, but it was this similar feeling of like just so excited for the future and in awe of what we are hopefully going to be able to do with and give to our child / hopefully future children. And that's plants and gardens and like hopefully more homesteading. That's really what we want. We want to continue to build and grow a homestead. And on that note, actually, before I go down that path of talking about the home situation, I want to back up to the chickens, because a lot of people have asked us where the chickens are and if we brought them with us. And no, we did not bring them with us. We sadly, I mean, it's great, right? But it's sad because it was sad saying goodbye. But they've actually been adopted by a friend who already has a bunch of chickens. And it was really sweet to get updates from them on how the chickens were doing with the rest of the chickens. And then last I've heard, Big Red Red is actually pregnant. So kind of crazy, but yeah, the girls are with some more girls and apparently a rooster. So there's that. Now on the homesteading thing, we will be living with my parents for who knows how long. We don't know where God's gonna take us or put us, land us, same thing. And so for right now, we are in my parents' basement for the foreseeable future. We could find a house next week. We could find a house next year. Like legitimately, I have no idea what's going to happen. Obviously we would like our own space ASAP. Being with my parents has been great. It's been so nice having this time with them, and they have been nothing but amazing and welcoming and loving to us and Logan. And it's been really great, but we do want our own place because I want my own kitchen. I want to be able to like set up with all of my little food projects. Oh, I had to straight up crawl over the seat to return on the truck. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't even have to give you the explanations, but it is this feeling of like, I want to be able to do my own projects and have my own space. And on top of that, on top of just having our own space, maybe I mentioned this in the beginning, maybe I didn't, 95 to 98% of our stuff is still in storage. So there's also this element of like, we just don't have access to most of our stuff. But then even if we did, there would be nowhere to put it or no way to use it right now. So maybe I mentioned this in the beginning, or maybe I didn't, but I actually only have my iPhone, and then I have one camera. As I'm saying it, like I only have one camera. It sounds really dumb, but being someone that makes videos and has been making videos for a decade, I have like a mini collection of cameras, and I pick each camera accordingly to what I want to use it for. And I don't have that. I don't have my piano. We don't have any recording equipment. Everything is stacked perfectly in a cube away, and it's not getting touched. Oh, I'm getting hot. It's not going to get touched until we move. So basically, I want to move for a lot of reasons. So I can set up a homestead, so I can get my stuff out of storage, so we can try to have another baby. But it is what it is. I'm a weird mix right now of like, I'm excited, I'm nervous. Everything is just extremely unknown and, dare I say, unstable? I mean, like, not really. We have family and we have each other, and that really does make me feel like the most important, the most necessary stable things for us are stable. But everything else just, I mean, you can imagine, including everything that's gone down, everything just feels completely up in the air. Dan and I are currently just back in the process of setting up our life here. Like I said, getting plugged back into a church, getting plugged back into small groups, learning our way around town. You know, Logan, we have a park date with a friend that we met at the park actually in like 20 minutes. So I gotta go in a minute. Just all of those things is what we're doing. We're setting life back up. I really appreciate your guys' support. All of you that have been so kind and so supportive. You know, I think this makes sense without me explaining it, but in my mind and my body, you know, like I'm just a person living my life. Like you guys see me, but I'm just like a person living my life, like making mistakes, doing things right, like I said, doing things wrong, learning as I go. And it can be overwhelming at moments to be like, I don't want to make the wrong decision, but also I don't want to be frozen by things in general in life because of fear. And so, you know, being back, taking steps forward with videos, I don't know how everything's gonna unfold. I don't even really know what my videos are gonna look like. And part of that is a conversation with you guys. Part of that is just living my day-to-day life and seeing how things unfold, seeing how things get set up here, seeing what I have time and bandwidth to share, because we're actively house hunting too. So it's like, what do our days look like? How do we sort this out? And then also, like I mentioned in the last video, Patreon, figuring out how I want to do that. Like, do I want to do live streams? Do I want to do certain Q&As? And so to close this out, if you are not on my Patreon and you feel like you want to support our family, I joked in the last video, like throw a dime in our hat to, I didn't even need to repeat the joke. The joke wasn't good enough for me to repeat. I don't know why I did that, but I appreciate it. And that is one of the places, if you are already a patron, I actually might go on there right now before I head to the park. If you're already a patron, I would love to hear from you on there. Or if we've DM'd on Instagram, I just realized I'm looking at something and it's not the camera. Feel free to message me and let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna go now. I'll see you guys soon, hopefully. I feel like yet again, this is like a tone deaf, awkward outro, but I don't know what to do other than just like say the words because I feel weird and it is what it is. So, all right, guys, bye.